Hi, Bill Chatt and Bob Prince with the Cervantes Chatt and Prince Legal Minute for November 14th, 2024. We are going to talk Corporate Transparency Act. Bob and I have been sending up blast emails, whether or not you're getting them or they're ending up in your spam. We're sending them. What is going on is the Corporate Transparency Act requirement is approaching fast. It's going to be January 1st, 2025. And there's been some recent developments, so now we're kind of throwing this alert into high gear to let our clients know that we need to start getting these on file. So, Bob, give us the update. There was a lawsuit filed by our trade group, CAI, the Community Association Institute, and they, on top of that filing, they went for a temporary injunction.
It was preliminary injunction,
preliminary injunction.
And so we, early in this process, we've known about this is coming up for some time. We were telling clients to hold off before filing because it requires providing some sensitive information about all the board members for the associations. We wanted to hold off while we still had hope that there'd be a couple chances that this could be changed for associations. One of those big chances was that lawsuit from CAI that you mentioned. They went for a preliminary injunction, which was denied last month. That would have potentially stopped the Corporate Transparency Act from going into effect to affect associations. But with it not being successful, that takes that one option of potentially getting out from under this away.
And of course, it's not totally definitive, but when you don't get your TRO in a case like this, especially when you're arguing things like legality or constitutionality, it's kind of a sign of where this might go, right?
Absolutely. So I wouldn't have very much expectation that it would be any better, because one of the elements you got to generally prove is a substantial likelihood to succeed on the merits. You're not going to succeed at the early part. You're probably not going to succeed at the end. Now you could, just it didn't look that way to a judge. There is still another avenue out there to potentially avoid having to do this. That's if Congress does something. There's a bill that's been pending since January that hasn't gone anywhere since January, as far as I can tell, that would have exempted community associations. I don't expect that that's going to happen in this political climate we have right now,
right,
post-election.
Right.
So it does look like it's time for associations to take this seriously, that they're going to have to provide this information. It's actually not that difficult of a filing. It's just data sensitive. We have the ability for our clients to upload the information directly to our portal, so that way there's no emails being shared or nothing sent in the mail.
It's encrypted, right?
Exactly. We want that. We want you to know that we are doing our best to secure your information. And so FinCEN, providing the report to FinCEN, we will make sure we protect your information. And what we need for that is we need board members' names, their email addresses. We will need dates of birth. We need a picture of their driver's license or their passport. That's what we expect to be uploaded into our system directly, then we can file it for our clients. Some of you might have management companies that are doing it for you. Absolutely, you have the ability to do that. You don't have to go through us.
Right.
Yeah, anybody can file this. It's just a matter of whether or not you want us to do it versus another party.
And just from a sharing perspective, just so you understand, we have it set up so that each individual member can get this link, so you're not necessarily sharing it with the other people. And so just briefly on the mechanics of this act, as Bob said, that's the information we need. Here's the fun part. Someone resigns from the board. Someone comes onto the board. You move. Yes, that's going to trigger amendments. So that's probably the biggest argument we're trying to make to the government, especially since it's an anti-crime, anti-money laundering type of statute. I've, in my nearly 20 years, not have had an association with a money laundering issue. So that was kind of like our, seriously, guys, why is this not getting accepted? But nonetheless, those are the issues we'll have to deal with, which will be changes at election time or summon cells. And just another quick note, this is just associations. Any of you out there in associations or anyone who else happens to be listening, if you've got an entity, if you've got an LLC, if you've got a corporation, if you've got a PLLC, if you've got a registered limited liability partnership, anything that is filed with the state is going to trigger this need to file it. So that's, it does go beyond just associations. I just want to make that point as well.
Yeah.
So that's about all we have on it. You can contact us directly, contact us through your management company. We're ready and willing and able to get this done for you. So just make sure you get it done by January 1st.
Thank you. Have a great day.